Good morning, everyone. This is Luciana Turner of the LT&A Consulting Group, bringing you this morning's edition of Morning Tidbit. How are you? Whew. I hope you're having a wonderful start of your day as you're going to work, getting ready to send the kids back to school. It is back to school season, and there's plenty of back to school opportunities out there for those in government contracting. We are seeing opportunities around, amazingly enough, branding, um, strategic marketing. There are some school districts actually looking for help with curriculum development, course creation. I've seen a myriad of things out there. So kind of keep your eye out for opportunities with various school districts if that is your passion. God knows they are a great need. I know the state of Virginia has this, and this is more along the personal services realm, but state of Virginia is actually offering, uh, if they pay for you to become a teacher, they're requiring you to teach for the state. That's not so much of a government contract, more of a personal services type thing. And we may see a lot more of that in the coming future as teacher shortages increase. And we may see that in the nursing realm. I know in the 70s, the late 70s, early 80s, New York did that with to address their teaching shortage. And it was quite successful. I know quite of, well, I was young then, but I've heard of quite a few people who became teachers during that time in the city in the state of New York, and it was successful for them. So I will predict other states adopting that model to address their teacher shortage. That's just a prediction, but let's move forward. As I spoke on yesterday, we are in the middle of the fourth quarter of the government fiscal year. So this is the time for contractors to do their strategic assessment of their current year and the strategic planning of their next year. This is when you should be taking a good look at forecasts. Every agency forecast is out, and the forecasts are tools that can be used to trend how agencies intend to spend their money in the upcoming fiscal year. And notice I'm using the terms trend. It is not etched in stone, but it's a good indicator of how they intend to spend their money. With that stated, government contracting is not a throw it against the wall to see where it sticks proposition. Government contracting, to be successful, is say, let's create a plan and execute that plan in the most strategically advantageous way possible. And that involves creating a strategy, that involves research, that involves getting to know your customer as an agency, and getting to know your contracting officers. Some agencies are a lot more small business friendly if you're a small business. Some agencies, it is best to go in as a subcontractor initially and then try to prime, because you want to build that reputation for excellence before you try to prime with them. Some agencies you can go in straight off the bat as a prime if you're a small business, but all of this requires research and all of this requires a strategy. According to the last survey I looked at, typically a truly developed BMP plan costs about 10% of the contract's value. So, in essence, if the contract value is $100,000, the BMP or bid and proposal effort it will cost you about $10,000. That is if you put together a well coordinated, well put together proposal. That is too much money to be throwing it against the wall to see if it sticks, if you get the phrase. So you want to take the time to put together a well drafted, a well coordinated plan. Keep in mind every proposal that comes out of your office is a written visual representation of your organization. That is the first introduction of who you are as a business. And you want to ensure that you are introducing yourself very well. Now, I'm going to say something that most people are going to disagree with. I firmly believe that as a contractor, you should write your first 3 to 5 proposals. I do not believe you should hire a proposal writer initially. And I say that for this reason. How do you know what you're hiring? And the information on the proposal comes from you anyway. So all you're hiring them to do is to take your information and put it in the documentation anyway. So you should have and it gives you experience and with what the contracting officers want. It gives you experience with how to draft the proposals. Too many people feel that if I hire someone else, it'll give me a shortcut. And too many people are trying to shortcut their way into government contracting success. And that isn't how we do things. That is not the way to success. Too many people are trying to hire a grant writer to cover your sins or hire a proposal writer to cover your sins instead of trying to learn the best methodologies to not cover the sins, but to learn to get rid of the sins. We're looking for a way to position ourselves to show that we have capacity and capabilities to perform. So why are we trying to cover anything? We're trying to highlight that which is the best opportunities and our best skills. So with that said, and if you do it yourself, you're in a better position to hire someone and not be taken advantage of. And I'll talk about that at another time. So keep in mind, my podcast drops. The first episode drops next month. And the first volume of my book project drops this winter. So joining me tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. for another installment of Morning Tidbits. I'm Luciana Turner. Have an amazing rest of your day.